The amount of cope that the woke tards are having for Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, is unreal. It's actually quite laughable to see these guys try to justify that we're just a whole bunch of rage bait grifters that don't want woke Asian bald lesbian in space. In fact, I've been seeing a lot of comments from people saying that this game looks like it's gonna be ass, and the speaking of comments, the fact that comments are disabled on the trailer from Naughty Dog speaks volumes, considering that it's been disliked bomb to high hell. Not just from Naughty Dog's trailer, but also on PlayStation's trailer and all the other places that has been re-uploaded on. This trailer is being dislike bombed because after Concord, it seems like Sony hasn't learned their lesson, and especially Naughty Dog. After the bullcrap that they pulled with Last of Us 2, Neil Druckmann just had to have this woke lesbian bullshit pushed again as the big announcement for the Game Awards. So, John F. Trent, shout outs to them at Fandom Pulse, wrote this great article called Kotaku Gets Roasted for Immediately Shilling for Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. And what he's talking about in regards is this article that's on Kotaku right now by John Walker, who's taken the reins as the biggest locale on Kotaku since Mercante has left. He wrote this fucking glaze article, just glazing the nutsack of Naughty Dog, praising the game, and essentially just showing how much of a fucking wokey he is in regards to this. And this is the type of cope that we're seeing. All these people, I don't get why the rage bait grifters are so upset about this game. Oh, they don't want a female. Literally, this female protagonist looks like somebody from the 4B movement, which is what all the woke tards are doing now that Trump is back in office. They think that it's a punishment with them closing their legs and not being literal fucking sluts anymore is a fucking a punishment for us. No. All right, you're not prize pigs yourselves. So we're gonna take a look at this article from Fandom Pulse, which sums up that Kotaku article perfectly in a nice little bow that just calls it out. So shout outs to John F. Trent again. So basically, this is calling it all out, saying, following the release of Naughty Dog's new cinematic trailer for its upcoming game, Intergalactic, Kotaku was first in line to shill for the game, and gamers weren't having any of it. So, what a surprise. Kotaku stepping up to shill for something, kind of like when Mercante stepped up to shield for Sweet Baby Inc. and Suicide Squad, which that game is now dead. All that shilling, all that damage control was for nothing. This is the next one in line, guys. They didn't learn from Concord. They really didn't learn from Concord, and now we get this. So, he says the outlet published a title article, Naughty Dog's Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet trailer has completely won me over by John Walker, where he describes the game as a fighty game that sees you battling evil robots rather than some sort of survival sim. He goes on to claim that he instantly liked the character design and personality of Jordan A. Moon. Exactly. Of course he would, right? So Walker explained Moon, played by Tati Gabrielle, is just so immediately personable. Yeah, sure she is. Just like Tati is in real life, right? A unhinged woke lunatic that wants to push LGBTQ agendas and normalize everybody to liking it, right? They gotta comply. They gotta be in the echo chamber. He goes on to say she's twinkle-eyed, gleeful in her refusal to follow her agent's advice, and thanks to some stunning motion capture and art, conveys vast amounts about her character through the smallest expressions. I want to hang, except neither of us would actually want to hang. We'd nod at one another and then sit at separate ends of the ship. What kind of fantasy fan fiction is this fucking loser writing about? Like, sipping over a fucking character model? Next, he admitted, and while the hitting a robot with a sword element of the trailer didn't exactly make me leap out of my chair in delight, I'm finding myself in the weird position of being delighted that this is a Naughty Dog game, despite my, not exactly enthusiastic history with the studio's output. Sure you're not. This guy was probably in love with Last of Us Part 2, which Naughty Dog is just deliberately, at this point, trying to piss us all off. Again, the Naughty Dog studio just hasn't been the same since they focused on wokeness, woke agendas, ruining beloved franchises like Last of Us, and basically just wanting to stick it to chuds like every single studio and developer and entertainment company seems like they want to do at this point now. So it's just fucking ridiculous, and it was deliberately done. I don't care what anybody says. Call it crying, call it being a rage bait grifter. It's the fucking truth. And again, the dislike bombs and everything on the trailers, and the amount of response that you're seeing online from the people, it speaks volumes. It speaks the fucking truth, actually, that this is not what we want. But anyways, going on, this individual says, actually, maybe I'll bother to grind through yet more hitting robots with swords if it means I get to experience acting as good as I saw in this trailer and a story deserving of that character I'm in. So, spoiler alert, you're not going to see a good story, okay? The best quality that this character is going to have is that they're a bald lesbian space chick. That's the best kind of, I guess, trait that you get. Because with DEI, they don't care about good stories. They don't care about good writing. Why do these people pretend that this is good stuff? That this is not DEI slop? There's not going to be a story deserving of this character. It's going to be terrible. And it says, however, he then hedged, of course, it could end up being Stinky Poops, which is actually going to be Stinky Poops. I don't know. No one does. Forming conclusions on this game after a single trailer would be perhaps deeply stupid, but yet isn't this what he's saying? Saying he instantly fell in love with it? That he instantly liked it? We're loud first impressions, guys. I don't know if you know that. The wokies try to say, the game ain't even out yet. How can you have an opinion? It's called first impressions. It's called speculating. It's called having an opinion. You can form that. That's what trailers literally are for. They're supposed to either make you want to go see a movie or play a game or decide not to, right? It's supposed to be a hook to hook you in. Goes on to say, but if I'm going to allow myself a moment of vibes-based enthusiasm of all the games in that teetering pile of commercials, this is the game that got me. I'm excited. So he's trying to downplay it, right? So going on, this says the article was immediately roasted as soon as it was shared to X. And Demion wrote, Kotaku likes woke slop. Also, water's wet. More at 11. Yeah, and shout outs to Endymion. And this is facts. Of course they're going to praise it. Macro Art says, Kotaku doesn't even make their own opinions anymore. They just inverse whatever general player impression is and live on the hate clicks. And that's exactly what it is. I mean, think of how high of a dislike ratio it is with the trailers. Think of all the comments that you've been seeing. And you know, as soon as this trailer came out, all the wokies, all the guilty suspects are like, oh, I can't wait to see if the rage bait grifters and the chuds get all angry about it. And exactly. That's exactly what fucking happened, because that's all they worry about is they, instead of making good games and stuff that is going to sell, they just want to try to see if they can get a reaction of people that don't like it. That they call us the grifters when they're the grifters themselves. Now, Inalius said, if Kotaku says a game is good, I don't buy it. And I think, you know, that's the standard for me with critic scores all around. If you look at Rotten Tomatoes, or if you look at Metacritic or IMDb, if the critic score is high, I tend to believe that it's actually going to be a terrible game or a movie or a TV show. John A. Douglas says Kotaku holding every L imaginable. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, and you can see, yeah, you like space lesbians, we know. Wouldn't play it if you paid me. Non-binary. Non-binary. Don't buy, no buy, not buy, no buy. Stellar Arcade says, imagine believing that ham-fisted wokeness is a replacement for good gameplay, engaging story, and cool-looking character models. Nope, I'll save my money again. I guess all you Naughty Dog will get out of this is your government's funded ESG grant, but no sales profit. And exactly, it's honestly the South Park meme right here where Vic Singh says, put a chick in it, make her lame and gay. That's exactly what they did with this. And you can see, nobody likes this. Anybody that's an actual real gamer doesn't like this. Somehow that's exactly what we expect from you, Kotaku. This is why you're failing. Hijabi Gamer says, if Kotaku likes it, we know it's going to be trash, and then it's going to be financially crash. Then it's going to financially crash, right? So yeah, a trash fucking article, as expected. As fucking expected by Kotaku. Such a joke of a website. This game is going to crash and burn. And you know what? Even if it does do good, even if it sells a lot, because let's be real, it's a Naughty Dog game. It'll at very least sell a lot. It's still going to be fucking woke garbage that the majority of people are going to fucking cringe at. So, We'll see what happens here, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to hit that subscription button. It's free to join the AB Nation. We're on the road to 94,000 subscribers. I'd love for you guys to be part of us. I'll see you on the next one.